I read the book in 1999 and I was amazed by the story. I was amazed that nobody ever made a movie about it because it was so cinematic and so it was almost, the script was almost written. It just needed to compress it in 2 hours, but it was crazy. And but I was, how can I get in touch with these people? You know, they're on the other side of the planet. They're not very friendly. I'm kind of scared, you know, and they don't have a telephone and they don't have an agent. You know, how do I get in touch with them to say, hey, I'd love to make a movie with you. Can we sign a contract? They don't seem that kind of people. The most difficult part is how to keep it real and at the same time entertain people. I was contained by the reality of it, and there was a lot of scenes where I was like, I can make it funky, I can make it like really, you know, hip. And you know, you can't, because it didn't happen like that. So you can't have cinematic orgasms. You need to stick to reality. But that's part of, I think, the challenge. When you're doing a period piece, you want to keep it as real as possible, but when you're doing a period piece about something that happened not too long ago and people are still there and they are looking over your shoulder to understand what you're doing and to be sure that you're true to the game, you cannot really play around. You have to be very truthful and you have to be very ethical.
Aussi rapide, aussi comme ça.
Ben c'est à partir du moment où il y a le coup de feu, c'est ça ce qui déclenche le tout.
Et c'est parti comme ça très vite.
Voilà, très vite. Après c'est voilà.
C'est très proche de la réalité.
C'est très proche de la réalité.
I thought to shoot the movie actually in the real cave, where in the real locations, but they're almost, you know, sacred grounds. So we forgot about it and we took the Kanaks actually with us and we went to Tahiti, where we shot in a very small island. We're only 400 inhabitants there, and we came with the same amount of people. So we had to bring everything, all the, you know, fridges and food and tents, and people lived in tents for a few months, and we had like 200 bicycles and 200 tons of equipment and all the cars that we had to find in Tahiti, because, you know, how do you find the 1980s military vehicles? The helicopters in the movie are made out of wood. The armored truck is made out of wood. The cars don't have engines. They're all linked to chains that we took out after in digital. That's a challenge. Yeah, it's very exciting. You know, you have an island just for yourself and 200 extras and 100 technicians and weapons and craziness, and you're going to be like, okay, either I get it right or I'm going to die here. I prepared for the role for 10 years just by negotiating with everybody. So I became the captain before I started to shoot, because I had to, you know, I had to use patience and strategy, and I was a negotiator. So I became that character way before I started to even think that I would be it. It doesn't take any energy to act in a movie, actually. It takes so much energy to direct a movie. You know, I'm into no pain, no gain kind of state of mind, so I like the pain, I like the sweat, you know, and I like the collaboration with the crew and the actors and the people around. And when you challenge yourself, you challenge them, because they say, oh shit, he's not messing around, you know, I need to keep up.
Mais cette fois-ci, ils sont venus pour autre chose.
It's a psychological marathon. You know, you have to maintain a certain level of energy and passion and will, and go through all these craziness. Every day it's chaos, and you need to figure out how you're gonna get something, you know, that makes sense out of all this. You know, it's fun. Being a director is the best job in the world. All directors should try to direct with a firearm on their side, you know, just for once to show, it changes your attitude towards the actors and the crew, and it's nice.